Hello. This video will rank Devil Fruit users based on how long they've been in possession of their fruits. There must be canonical evidence to support the character's experience for them to qualify. For example, characters like Crocodile and Kuma do not make the list because we have no information on how long they've had their fruits. Number 10 is Marco, who was seen using his fruit 30 years ago in the Oden flashback in chapter 964. On top of having his fruit for over 3 decades, Marco has spent the majority of this time in the New World. We also know that Whitebeard in this time frequently came to blows with other powerful pirate crews. Despite all this experience, Marco doesn't have a single scar on his body, which is likely attributed to the healing abilities of his Phoenix fruit. Number 9 is Doflamingo, who seemingly got his fruit 31 years ago, shortly after he had killed his father. Doflamingo has all the characteristics of someone who has taken full advantage of their devil fruit. He is not only a versatile fighter, but is also able to use his strings to control others and to heal himself from otherwise mortal wounds. Doflamingo is also the only confirmed Awakened user on this list. However, there is someone in his crew who's been in possession of a devil fruit for even longer than he has. Number 8 is Trebol, who is the character that originally gave Doflamingo his fruit 31 years ago. In this very scene, we see that Trebol was already in possession of the Beta Beta Nomi based on his clothing. We know that Trebol's attire is a product of his fruit, as Law was able to tear it down with his sword in chapter 782. Despite having his fruit for such a long time, Trebol is not particularly adept at using it, and is likely the weakest character on this list. Number 7 is Kaido, who was confirmed to have eaten his Dragon Devil fruit during the God Valley incident 38 years ago. As the most experienced Zoan on this list, Kaido appears to have unlocked most of his fruit's powers. These include him being able to breathe fire, conjure tornadoes, and be able to levitate entire islands. What's also noteworthy is that Kaido employs his beast form far more than other Zoans in the series, who mostly rely on their hybrid forms. Some of this is fairly creative, as seen when Kaido used his beast form's serpentine movements combined with his future sight to dodge Snake Man Luffy. Number 6 is Mother Caramel, who is the only dead character to make the list. We first saw her using the Soru Soru no Mi in a flashback scene set over 100 years ago, when she created a storm to inspire people to view her as a holy woman. Later, 63 years ago, Mother Caramel lost her fruit with her death during Linlin's 6th birthday. This timeline would imply that she was in possession of her fruit for at least 40 years. Unlike the other characters on this list, Mother Caramel does not appear to be much of a fighter, and seemingly preferred to use her powers as smoke and mirrors to fool people into making her richer. Number 5 is Magellan, who was shown to have already had his devil fruit when he was a child in SBS volume 69. Magellan is 47 years old in the present story, which would mean that he's likely been in possession of the Doku Doku no Mi for over 4 decades. While it has not been confirmed whether Magellan is awakened or not, there is at least evidence why he wouldn't have used Awakening during the Impel Down arc. In chapter 547, Magellan implies that he usually keeps his full power hidden because it could destroy Impel Down. With this in mind, it would stand to reason why he wouldn't want to turn the prison into poison like what Doflamingo did to Dressrosa. Number 4 is Brook. We do not know when exactly Brook ate the Yomi Yomi no Mi, only that it was sometime before his death 50 years ago. Considering how rare devil fruits are in the 4 Blues, it is probable that Brook found his fruit in the Grand Line like most devil fruit users in the story. As Brook first reached Traverse Mountain 53 years ago, this would mean that he's been a devil fruit user for over half a century. Despite this though, Brook would be considered the most inexperienced fruit user on this list. During the decades he spent trapped in the Florian Triangle, Brook didn't appear to do much in the way of training. It is only after the time skip that he started truly demonstrating what the Yomi Yomi no Mi was capable of beyond returning the user from death. Number 3 is Big Mom, whom we know to have eaten the Soru Soru no Mi 63 years ago after she devoured its previous user, Mother Caramel. Unlike Mother Caramel, Big Mom has used the fruit to build a literal empire in Totland, where virtually every place is inhabited by her homies. In many ways, the Soru Soru no Mi seems to be only limited by its user's imagination, arguably even more so than Luffy's fruit. This is evidenced by Big Mom's arsenal of abilities, which are reminiscent of many other devil fruit powers in the series. Number 2 is Streusen, who was already in possession of the Kuku Kuku no Mi when he first met Linlin 63 years ago. With the ability to convert objects into food, Streusen is likely the architect behind many of Totland's structures. While the ability to turn objects into your Devil Fruit element is the standard awakening for Paramecia types, we do not know if this is the case for Streusen's fruit. As cooking is technically not an element, this could simply be a basic function of the fruit. Before we get to the top 1 user, we need to address characters that could have made the list. First, there are the characters that almost made the list, but were short a few years, which include Buggy, Whitebeard and Orochi. Second, there are the older Devil Fruit users who could have had their powers for a very long time. These include Sengoku, Tsuru and San Juan Wolf. Finally, there are the older Big Mom pirates, Perospero, Katakuri, Oven and Daifuku. They are mentioned because Big Mom seems to grant her children Devil Fruit powers at a fairly young age, as evidenced by Pudding and Nushi. The number 1 character who's had their Devil Fruit for the longest is Morley. In SBS of Volume 91, it is revealed that Morley was the person that created Impel Down's New Kamaland more than a century ago. As Morley is still alive in the story, this puts the giant decades above any other confirmed Devil Fruit user in the series in terms of experience. Who do you think is the most skilled user of the characters on the list? If there's something I got wrong in this video, post it in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to eat the like fruit and the subscribe fruit. Thanks for watching.